to Spooky Kids World, the place where books whisper secrets and ghosts hide in every corner. Tonight's tale is called The Ghost in the School Library Books. It all started when school was over for the day. But for friends, Maya, Alex, Sam, and Charlie, they weren't ready to go home yet.
They had one more adventure to have.
"Let's play hide and seek in the library," said Maya.
I bet you can't find me in this big room full of books. And just like that, the kids ran off to find the best hiding spots. The room was quiet. The only sound was the ticking of the old clock on the wall, and the shelves seemed to be watching them with their hundreds of eyes.
Then, in the corner of his eye, Alex saw something strange.
A book fell from the top shelf. It tumbled down and landed on the floor with a thud. "Did you see that?" whispered Alex to Sam and Charlie. "I think we should leave." "This place is giving me the creeps." But Maya was curious. She walked over to the shelf and picked up the fallen book. It was huge, covered in dust, and had a weird, musty smell. "Let's take a look," said Maya. She opened the book, but as she did, the words started to fade away. Then she blinked. New sentences appeared in the book, written in a shaky, ghostly hand. "What? How?"
Stammered Maya. "This is crazy."
"Maybe it's just an old book with some spooky writing," she said, trying to sound brave. But then the wind howled outside, making the windows shake. And as Maya turned the page, she heard a faint whisper, "Maya, Maya." She looked around, but there was no one there.
Had the book just whispered her name?
"Don't be scared," said Alex, even though his voice shook. "Let's just read the next page." As Sam read the words out loud, another whisper filled the room. This time it was Charlie who heard his name.
Then he swore he saw a pale hand reaching out of the book, grabbing onto Charlie's finger.
They screamed and dropped the book, which landed open to a blank page. But the whispers kept coming, growing louder and more frantic. "Sam? Alex? Charlie? Maya?" They echoed through the library. Then, suddenly, the kids remembered the stories about the school library. Long ago, a student vanished without a trace. Some said her spirit was trapped inside these very books, forever searching for her favorite stories.
The kids were scared, but they wanted to help the ghost.
Yes! So they started reading every book in the library, hoping to find her favorite one so they could close it and put her spirit to rest. Hours went by. The kids were exhausted, but just as they were about to give up, they found a book with a mysterious inscription on the front. "To my dearest Mary, may our stories live on forever." The moment they touched it, dozens of books flew off the shelves, spinning through the air like witch's brew. And in between the floating pages, they saw the ghostly figure of a girl. It was Mary, the missing student from so long ago. She was reaching out to them, trying to say something, but the kids couldn't hear her. All they saw was the sadness in her eyes. Then Mary turned and floated towards the door. The kids watched as she reached out, wanting to follow her, but then she disappeared. The kids screamed
And ran out of the library, not stopping until they were far away from the school.
When they finally calmed down, they realized something terrible.
Charlie was still holding Mary's book. He opened it, but quickly slammed it shut. "Guys, I think we left something on that last page," he said, his voice shaking. When they turned it, the final page read, "No, you belong to the library too."
The kids stared at each other, their eyes wide with fear.
Did the books really whisper secrets? Or was there something more sinister at play? If you enjoyed this spooky story, don't forget to hit the like button and comment below with your scariest library experience. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Spooky Kids World for more haunted adventures. Until next time, stay spooky